Our words for today, in vain, taken from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 7. Actually, Jesus quoting the prophet Isaiah when he says, "This people honors me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. In vain do they worship me, teaching as doctrines human precepts." Jesus goes on, "You disregard God's commandment, but cling to human tradition." He went on to say, "How well you have set aside the commandment of God in order to uphold your tradition." Brothers and sisters, you'd like to think that that straightened the whole thing out, but it didn't. 2,000 years later, we're still doing the same things. Many times we are divided among those things that have nothing to do with the authentic teaching of the Catholic Church. Many times we are divided among those things that aren't the authentic teachings of God at all. They are our own precepts. They are our own traditions with a small t, not with a capital T. The traditions with a capital T must be kept. Those are the things passed on authentically by the teachings of the church that Jesus himself founded on the Apostle Peter. But do not in any way confuse those with the traditions with a small t, which are not absolutely meant to be kept, nor always unchanged. Those can be changed, and we don't have to fight with one another about those things. We don't need to become divided against each other over those things, and we must not allow ourselves to become ensnared in those things in such a way that we begin to hate one another over them and divide into camps over them. We cannot do that, and we can't give up the authentic in exchange for that. Because there are things that we are taught that we must cling to no matter what. And those are the teachings of the church that are unchangeable. Absolutely. The dogmas, the doctrines, the traditions with a capital T that are unchangeable and that we must adhere to as faithful Catholics. And those we will go to our graves defending. And in fact, we will accept going to our grave to defend them if we must. But we will not lose relationships, nor will we lose followers of Christ over defending those things that are not defensible, nor are we charged with defending them because they don't have the same stature. We might have the things that we like in particular. That's okay, as long as you see them in that way, as long as we can make those distinctions. But we have to be careful about those things, and we can't defend them in the same way. So we have to have that wisdom, that knowledge that we can only come to if we have a real understanding of what the teachings of the church are. To be as broad in our belief and understanding as the catechism, and no broader, and no more narrow either. To be authentically Catholic, to be completely educated in her teaching and completely obedient to it, and understanding it, and then approaching one another with that mercy and grace that we are always called to do, and never doing that thing in vain, never putting something that isn't of God in front of an authentic teaching that is of God, that we might share those things with generosity, with mercy, with compassion, and with absolute conviction with all of those around us, knowing that those are the things that make us free and will make those who hear it free as well. In vain, our word for today.